into the 3 of Jacob Gary. The 4 of St. Louis in second. Back off Madison Myers moving over in the first spot. Allen in third right now from the back. She's going to the inside working the 21 of Ethan Johnson. But right now it's all the number 2 car of Jacob Gary. He's after about a 6-car length lead over the 4 car. And the rest of the field is way back in 1 and 2. Another lap, another. For Gary, Matt out Matty Myers takes up in the 3rd position. Joe Weaver coming out of turn 4. That is Jacob Gary. All right, Katie Lewis. Madison Myers in 3rd. The 21 of Ethan Johnson in 4th. The 4 in the Sam Lewis. And the 3 up of Cole Forster. Right flag out. 7 meters. Jacob Gary. As he comes up the back step. Into turn 3 and 4. Here comes your winner. He takes from the line. The Duke of Jacob Gary. On the inside. The 07 of K.O. McClenny on the outside. Inside row 2 to the 32 of Jason Sylvester. Outside going to be the 13. That is Caden McClenny. And rounding out the field for first time on the track out here. It's going to be, second time out on the track tonight. It's going to be the 86 of Mallory Myers. She saw her sister doing it this year and wants to do it herself. As the leaders come out through 1 and 2. 3 flags underway. You're there. Riding Matthew on the inside to 32. Gives it a good push through there. Coming from the back to the front. You're leading the 32 of Jason Sylvester. They're coming up on Mallory Myers right now. Everybody makes it around very easily. The 13 of Smith McClenny giving that girl for a little one-timer. But that's all that is fine. One more time, that 13 car trying to get on the back of that 304. Just can't get it to the fence. As they come out of turn 2, no right flag out. For the 32, that's Ethan Sylvester. He's got about a turn and a half length lead over everybody else, and he's going away still. Here he comes, for the finish. It's the winner. The 32 is Ethan Sylvester. Followed by the 04 of Rodney Matthews. The 13 of James. Inside row 1, it's going to be Nicholas Johnson in the 1 end. Outside row 1 is the 1 of Patty Forster. Inside row 2, the 20 of Steven Johnson. Outside row 2, the 12. That is Seth Wise. Inside row 2, the 00 Cheyenne Clifford rounding out the field. Johnny Green. Racing in the 86 Myers Racing Machine. As they take the green, the 1 end, Nicholas Johnson jumps off the lead. He is going to follow with it. That is Steven Johnson. They're right there, Patty Forster trying to make a move. We got 2 around the 00 of Cheyenne Flippo and Sonny D, Sonny Simpkins. They decided to turn around and have a little talk. Forster in 3rd. The 12, that is Seth Wise in 4th. And a 00 Cheyenne Flippo running out your field. 1 to go next time by. 1 to go. This is the future of dirt track racing right here. Rudemont as they get the one to go. Here they come out of turn 3 and 4. 3 flags out of the Nicholas Johnson. Trying to make a move. Caddy Forster gets a whole lot of loose. Step wide, gets into the side of it, around with Forster. Oh, that's Nicholas Johnson. That's Jesus Johnson. Going around all on himself. Doesn't look like he can get his tires back up. Not quite sure what happened there. We'll see what's going on. Safety crew's right there with him to see if they can get him going. Small issue for the 20 car. Slowing everybody else
A race of attrition.
down. They're getting the lineups put together. Green flags out and we are racing. Jumping in the line, jumped up about a 2.5 car entry. Trying to go hard in the inside on it. Preventing Seth Wise in the 12 to get by it. Up into the third spot. That's all Johnson right now. Nicholas Johnson. Out about a 4 length lead. Step wide, gets a little hump. From the back of Sally Forrest. She makes the move to the inside. White flag is out. Look at Forrester. Wide and Johnson, your running order. As they come out of turn 4, your winner, Nicholas Johnson. Sally Forrest, third to one. Too young. On the outside, the 14 of J.D. Brown. Inside the 92, that is Riley Millard. Outside 17, Anthony Alcazar. Inside, row 3, that is Floyd Jones. In the 76, and on the outside, from Santa Maria, in the Sons of American Legion 34, that is Cassidy Taylor. Here's the end of the 17X, out to a commanding lead. We had a 3-car pile up in 1 and 2. I think he's done. As they're coming out of turn 4, they're slamming on the gas as we are. Cassidy Taylor looks like she got a whole lot of loose. She keeps it underway with the big collaboration. It's 2 to 1 with 17K, with Anthony Alcazar in the 17, right behind her. Now this is the battle for the Roundhouse 2015 season. Anthony Alcazar will be no longer running, will be squeezed out. So it's a passing of the torch, and a big fair is the torch pass. As the 17 goes in a little bump. And she goes around, and the 17 goes around. When all that happens, J.D. Brown in the 14 moves up to the point. Here they come out of turn 4. Looks like they had one heck of a... Looks like a caution's out. Caution did not like that restart. They were 6 wide coming to the start finish line, coming out of turn 4. They're coming through. It's none other than the 14 of J.D. Brown. He's all the way from Oxnard. Come out here running tonight in the lead. We got the big flag at the good restart this time. car length lead. Getting up to the inside, Cassidy Claymore. Looks like a 17 pushing down, Cassidy Balthazar. Notice the tail, riding by. Right flag out. Down. Getting down, set that about a 4-car length lead. Looks like that rear bumper that was recently repaired. So that'd be nice if he takes the victory. Second place is a 4-0 finish. Not sure if there's a 17 kills.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Low Budget TV, bringing you Bakersfield Speedway heat races. Green flag is in the air. The first heat race of Saturday is the Street Stocks. Battling for the lead early, that's the 14 of Lonnie Welch getting the advantage out of turn number 2. The 06 trying to hold everyone off. Dennis Wooldridge. Side by side behind Wooldridge, that's the number 5 of Daryl Hughes and the 54 of Brady Bell, who was really busy last night, won the mini stock race, and also participated in
the Sport Mod main event. He's got only two races, or racing divisions to race tonight. Sport Mod, I believe, and this one right here, Street Stock. He was involved in the hot lap session crash that you guys woke up to here on XN.
Yeah, the other car in the field right now making a crazy move 3 wide. That's the M11 machine of Clay Daly. The one car not in this heat race who was supposed to be was the other car involved in that hot lap incident. It was Billy Simpkins in the 68. He did not make it to this heat race. They may be making some repairs to that machine. So we'll keep an eye on that.
Well, that also could be an issue with the way that the night's action has been scheduled. Remember, his child just had raced in the mini dwarf, so he probably couldn't get back in time.
Was just in the 86 senior mini dwarf. So that's another thing. We have a battle for the lead starting to brew between Welch, Bell, and here comes Daly.
And obviously, this being a 6-car division here tonight, he knows the worst place he can start is 6.
Yeah, look at Daly's run out of the turn. He's going to get into Bell just a little bit down the back straightaway. Tommy, this division lately has been notorious for 2 things. The first one, people will probably be like, well, that's not very good. Small car counts. However, don't let that convince you that tonight's race is not going to be possibly the best one of the night.
Yes.
These drivers, as you'll see right here, white flag is in the air.
This is a preview of what the main event's going to look like right here.
These drivers lay it all on the line, and we have seen some of the best finishes with as small as 4 cars in a main event. So keep an eye on this division as it goes through tonight. Checker flag is in the air. It's going to be Welch holding off Bell and Daly. Top 3 finishers, and there might be a B main, so. IMCA Modifieds heat race number 1. Starting on the front row in this one's Kyle Heckman in the 11X machine and the 14 of Steve Bowles. We have Chadwick in the 83 and the 07 of Troy Morris. Green flag.
Ethan Dodson in the 174 and the number 48 of Chuck Costa. I'm going to verify that at the windshield as he comes by. That's a new entry from last night. It's Chuck Costable. So out in the early lead right now, the number 11.
That was much better than my guess. I said Kerr table.
He actually got a piece of the wall during hot laps. And he might be fighting from the start.
And these cars, Tommy, we expect the top 3 will come into play here.
Exactly, and we see a battle brewing there around 3rd place.
Yeah, Steve Bowles, he was kind of shut out last night. He was in a good position, and then some contact knocked him out of it in the heat races.
Oh, around in turn number 2, Costable. Chuck Costable goes for a ride over in turn number 2, loops it right under the scoreboard on lap number 3. So as of right now, like you said, Jeffrey, the 14B of Bowles inside the feature.
And it is a one and done tonight. You have trouble, you cause a caution in the heat races, you will be done early and having to face those B main events. Because of the ever-changing car counts we have in the pit area, this is the one division I believe that we're certain will have a B main event. Hobby Stock's also looking like it likely will.
So interesting, I'm getting some comments, thanks to all of our viewers.
What's
that
up?
there are some issues with the XN stream. Video quality not as clear as last night, question mark, and it's freezing up pretty bad. So we're gonna get XN on the case and let you guys hopefully see a better image and whatnot.
Of course.
Get it figured out and squared away. So we'll let the guys over there know and do our best to get this corrected. Thanks for letting us know, and please do, if there's any issues, let us know as much as you can.
They might not even be able to hear you right now. You might be talking.
How you sign language?
3 inches tall. Yeah. And you look at the back stretch, you can't see those.
Yeah, the 151 is the bandit that one of those sporting different. Off the hook, we'll go for loop 48. Chuck Constable coming to the side of CD Valley. 3 down, 5 to go. Now that track field come walking across.
Check, check, check.
I don't know if he's modified the score by the physical run juniors and seniors. Those kids battled it out, and if that's any idea of
Green flag is out. Restart lap number 3.
So I imagine what we may end up doing. For those watching on YouTube, we are doing a live broadcast with xn.tv. Check out all of their awesome lineups of what's to come in the future. A ton of racing action, including some from Low Budget TV. You see the battle for the lead right now starting to build up. The 11X of Heckman under pressure from Chadwick. And the battle. Oh, hard in the wall goes Troy Morris.
And that's kind of a example of how his weekend's been.
Flirting with it again. Mike Thomas said Morris has already had his trouble on Friday night. We'll see what's going on. White flag in the air for Heckman, and Chadwick trying to chase him down. Checkered flag for Heckman. Oh, and in the wall goes Dotson. Getting ready for the next heat race for the IMCA Modifieds. Bill Wilker joining us tonight. The 71 machine. He's going to get to start on the front row for this one. The number 11 machine. R.C. Whitwell jumping to the early lead. The 51B, Brian Clark, who's in his second. We talked about the all-important third place duel. Roger Holder looking for it. Buddy Shelton. 5SR in the 33A of Wormsbecker. And the battle for third is the 71 machine. Wilker trying to hold off Holder. Holder gonna take the spot over Wilker. Clark now trying to hold off Holder. Holder, that 24 machine, looking really good. This early portion of the Saturday show of Thanksgiving Thunder. We want to remind everyone there are DVDs available of this event. You can look us up on Facebook, Low Budget TV. Get your order in. We have a nice new order tab. Holder's going to lose the third spot. After running through the field, Holder with his issues. Lap number 6 of 8. 2 laps to go in this unfortunately for the modifieds. So we'll be seeing some drivers in the B main tonight.
Top 3 transfer in this one.
Green flag is in. Nope, it's not. No, it ain't.
Well, let's go through who's in this heat race.
Well, you know, they realized we hadn't done the starting lineup yet, so all of a sudden they were like, stop, stop, stop. Cut. Can't do it. This happens with ESPN like every 3 or 4 races,
Yeah,
so
Dale
it's not that unusual.
Dale Jarrett, Andy Petrie, those guys can't get through the starting lineup at times, and that's where the debris caution comes in.
Yeah. I mean, they have to. Starting on row number 1, the 28P machine driven by John Piker, the 99. That is Brad Martin. Row number 2, the 2H, and we already warned you about him last night. Bobby Hogue, once again, keep an eye on him. He has what, a 5 or 6 race streak going?
6 going on 7 if he can do it tonight.
At Nationals events out here at Bakersfield Speedway, absolutely amazing. And then you have the 78S. Usually we see Matt Schweitzer in that machine, but not today.
Robbie Sawyer.
Rounding out this field, the 25 machine, Craig Castle, and the 5K of Mike Kirby. Look at this. As we battle for the second position, right in the middle of that is the transfer spot. Right now, Hogue has it. He's looking to get around Martin. Martin has to check up, and Sawyer going to follow through. Martin losing 3 positions through turns 3 and 4.
Redraw format, so these drivers picked a pill to see where they're going to be starting in the heat races, and then I believe the top 12.
Yep.
After the heat race,
recharge the transfer. Yep. Well, we were looking at it. Martin had a good run going there, but he's going to lose some time now. Kirby going to get by. Hogue looking for the lead on Piker.
He stole the lead, but Piker coming by on the outside with Hogue's bobble down low.
Yeah, Hogue, that car just did not set like he wanted it to in turn number 1. And with Piker still to his outside, he wasn't able to let it settle. You see this battle, this is for the transfer spot. Kirby trying to close in on Sawyer. Tommy, Sawyer has a nickname out here.
The Rebel Rouser. He's a bit of an outlaw in this type of racing. Battle for the lead again.
Oh, here we go. As this battle for the lead, there's also a battle for the transfer spot. Lap number 5, 3 laps to go. Hogue looking to the inside of Piker for the lead. That 2H machine was so strong. We talked about how he is so easy, or actually he makes it look easy as far as his adaptability.
The battle for the transfer spot seemed to have cooled off.
Yeah, Kirby going through turns 3 and 4 just kind of got into the cushion. It really held him up, and he lost a couple car lengths to Sawyer. Piker also opening up a little bit of a gap over Hogue. Actually, the best battle on track right now is the one for 5th between Martin and Castle.
Hang on, we'll get to that.
We'll get to that one. The battle for the lead still finishing up. Hogue made one last attempt. Piker will hold him off, make it into the main, as well as Hogue and Sawyer holding off Kirby. This is the battle for 5th we were talking about. Martin in the 99. Castle goes to the inside of the 25. He'll take over the position, and that's a roundup of heat race number 3.
Some good comments now on our Facebook page. People saying good things, that the stream is back to normal.
Thank God.
And there's a guy, Jeff Tilcher, one of our guys who helped get started out here at Bakersfield Speedway. He knows a thing or two about streaming. He goes, yep, been there, done that. All right. So here we go for heat race number 4 for the IMCA Modifieds. Hughes leads the field to the green. Bennett in the 5 machine, the 07, 3 wide, right in the center. He actually loses a transfer spot to the 12 of BJ Wild. 15B Brad Pounds, the 07 driven by Robert Diaz, and the 13 Danny O'Keefe. Battle for the transfer spot. You see the 15B Brad Pounds in the 4th spot.
And remember, last night, Brad Pounds, the dominator out here, did not make it straight into the A main event. He had to go through the B.
And he's got some work to do. Wild in the group that it looks like Pounds needs right now. Pounds going to scoot down low. Diaz catching the wall with his right rear.
Look at the move by Pounds.
Does a slider out of turn number 2. And BJ Wild now looking on the outside in.
I believe Diaz may have gone the wall again or has a flat right rear tire.
It would be flat, I believe, due to the fact the way the car's driving. Flat right rear, he did.
redemption after last night, Tommy. Only made it out of turn number 2. Now it's catching the wall.
Yeah, you saw the sparks flying down the front straightaway.
And the yellow.
Yellow comes out.
Debris may have ended up on the racetrack with all these cars catching the wall.
Paint chips, I bet. No, there looks to be something over in turn number 3 and 4, right in the center of the groove. You see the officials go over there and see what the issue is.
It's probably just another carburetor.
Yeah, good eye. They bring their shovel. So it looks like it's something that could be hot.
Yeah, I'd say that's part of an exhaust.
Uh-huh. The muffler. Yeah, don't want to pick that up by your hands. So the officials, great eye by these officials here at Bakersfield Speedway.
Oh, I'd say somebody's missing something. I don't think that came off a mini Dwarf.
Well,
Just
the
a
easy
guess.
The easy part is if it's still on the track, the car that lost the muffler is definitely going to be the noticeable one out here. But it could have also been Diaz. He pulled off the track after he made some substantial contact down the front straightaway wall.
You know, I'm just looking down. You see some of the mini Dwarf drivers. Just to you have to sometimes see it to believe it. That's how little some of these drivers are.
So we're having an issue again on XM.
Uh-oh.
Interesting.
What's up?
Taking a look. It said it was working now, froze up, and we're falling apart.
There you go. Yeah, he does a well to drive. And I did get permission for him. He will be in first stage starting one of our races here.
Getting ready for the restart. Lap number 5 of 8. Pound sitting in the transfer spot. Spot number 3. Pound's looking to the inside of Bennett. White flag in the air for Hughes. Bennett sliding it wide. Darrell Hughes out of turn number 2. Captures the win. Pound's really with a move. It's going to be Bennett, though, beating it back to the line. That's a wrap here. IMCA Modified Heat Races. They weren't here last night, so Dwarf cars getting ready for their first heat race. 8 laps of action, starting on the front row, the number 40 machine, Kevin Maraglio. And we're going to see the green flag fly. 56 of LJ Billings in the middle of a 3 wide right now. The 80 machine with a big run. And another car spinning it out and doing a 360 continuing on. Taking the lead is that 80 machine of Sean Jones. We're getting pressure now from the 69 of Jonathan Conley. 11 in the field, that's Ricky Lewis. And if I'm correct, we have 2 double zeros, and that just makes me excited.
You're a fan of the double zeros because you race the number 00.
It's my favorite number, man. Another spin out for the number 6 car. Dave Conley going around in the 00 machine to round out the field.
And that'll bring out a caution, which potentially puts him out for the heat race.
And into the B main, I believe this field may have a B main.
It sure does. So we're going to have Hughes jump in to this race. He figured why not? He won the heat race, so he's going to win this one.
Right.
It'd be like killer bees out here.
Want to fill in the 00B machine, Joe Barquette. Green flag is in the air, lap number 2 of 8. Jones, our leader. And the 69 slips it wide. Oh, some trouble in the back. It's Billings holding on to it.
Yeah, he's going to pull it into the infield.
I don't know what happened there. Something broke.
Taking precautionary measures. Yeah, taking precautionary measures. He's going to park it there.
Yeah. On the apron, phasing the wall. So that could bring out a yellow. Lewis is our 3rd place and transfer spot holder, and he was getting a little bit of pressure from the
so much power compared to how lightweight these things are. I believe around 1,000 pounds for these dwarf cars. Somewhere around that number. Motorcycle engines powering them. You can hear it zipping around over it. Sometimes in between 8,000 to 12,000 RPM.
Some of these drivers flirting with disaster. But I'll tell you, Sean Jones in the number 80 machine, he'll see the white flag this time by no pressure for him.
He took off at the start of this race.
Oh yeah, it just took him out of turn number 2 before he was our leader. And he held on to it. That 80 machine of Sean Jones out of turn number 4 going to take the victory in this heat race. And transferring the A main will be the 69 of Jonathan Conley and the 11 of Ricky Lewis. So Miraglio and Barquette going to have some work to do in the B main event.
This is going to be a wild main event. All right, getting ready for this one. Heat race number 2 for the dwarf cars. And green flag is out. Bit of a stack up, you can see. Wow, I'm surprised everybody got away with it. The number 9 started on the pole. That is Igor Granzik. Out in the lead, the number 63, driven by Dave Cantu. And a big swarm for the transfer spot. That'll put the 59 in it right now. Anthony Barquette holds the transfer spot, but look at Figueroa in the 05 machine, Austin Figueroa. And he quickly moves around to the outside. By Figueroa, the 37 machine, that is good.
Oh!
Well, it was good, but not anymore. Figueroa pounds the wall, the red flag immediately coming out. You see him opening the door, letting everybody know that he is okay. That car is not.
Red flag is out, lap number 3. That car, Tommy, we talk about how sometimes riding on this cushion, it's a very fine line between getting some good speed and run off, but also it can grab, grip, and turn you. That car just absolutely shot straight towards the wall,
Man.
And he nailed it. And that was, it's good to see that door open up, him climbing out. That was a hard hit for that 05 machine.
And that was a heavy hitter that just got knocked down in the heat races. See Austin Figueroa battling for wins out here very often.
On the first red flag of the weekend coming out here in the Dwarf cars.
Good to see that he's okay. That was a nasty hit.
What a heck of a run by the 05B of Austin Figueroa.
That was a very nasty hit. Getting ready for the restart, lap number 2. Field at the ready. Cruising.
Yeah, after a wild start.
We're creeping along right here. And green flag is out. So the 63 out to the lead, but he's getting some pressure now from the number 22 of Bobby Brown. Battle for the transfer spot right behind him. 59 and the 37, 59. Who I had mentioned right before the crash, Anthony Barquette.
One car around.
Goes around. Anthony Barquette was battling for the transfer spot, and that could put him as the one and done of this heat race. So 37 gets through the rest of this. Darren Brent. And the number 22, Bobby Brown.
Speaking of the 22.
Bobby Brown pulled it off into the pits. Cruised into the pits, not a big hurry at all, so he's going to have to work his way up into the feature event.
See some cars beginning to stage.
Looks like Hobby Stock is getting ready for their heat races. So the 63, I believe as long as he stays out front in this one, 63X, I I should clarify.
And
that is Jonathan Henry.
These Dwarf cars, Tommy, we see them maybe 4 or 5 times a year. But a really,
I'm in the way. I'm in the way.
Ruining my shot.
That's right. Getting ready for the lap number 3 restart of 8. So I correct myself, the 63X of Jonathan Henry. The car's pretty dirty, and he had duct tape X on the side of it, so a little hard to see at first. But Jonathan Henry, another driver that is no stranger to victory lane in these vehicles.
59 pulling it off.
Yeah, he was having issues before. Barquette pulling it off the track. So we got 4 cars left on track. And we believe top 3 transfer. So the other 63 of Cantu, Dave Cantu, in the transfer spot. So potentially 2 of his vehicles going to make it into a feature. And the 9 washes up high, keeps it off the wall. Igor Granzik. Car plowing through the corners, right in the center. But Henry out in front, up on the high side, using up some of the rough stuff, finding any moisture that he can to keep that Dwarf car running in front of the 37.
He is driving the wheels off of that
you
car.
can see him. He's muscling up top, using all the bumps in this track. White flag is out. A lot of the drivers saying this track got pretty bumpy last night. Could be quite the same tonight. Maybe a little different with the dryness. Checkered flag for Henry. Second spot is a 37 of Brent, and third is Cantu.
The 9 machine spun it out of turn number 2.
And your winner actually just caught a piece of the wall down the back straightaway.
Why not?
Why not? Everybody else is doing it.
He wanted to make sure he passed Tech. Starting on the front row of heat race number 3 for the Dwarf cars, that is the number
A20.
Thank you. 20 machine of Doug Lebeau. On the outside machine, we have
the number, we're waiting, 48.
48 machine driven by Keith Vandersar. The 94V is driven by...
Pardon our eyes, folks. These are some small numbers on these small cars.
Actually, pardon my lack of having this number.
Oh, okay. Well, what about the 4 car?
Oh, the 4 car. I got that one. That's Ryan Winter.
26 would be
Doug Zugger.
And then this one's going to be a confusing one. The number 0.
0 is no confusing. Charlie Correa. 45 machine rounding out this field. I don't have that one either.
Oh, so we got maybe some late entries in the Dwarf cars.
A couple of them showing up after we had drivers down. Some of these do have names on the side. We're going to keep an eye on this race. Look at the move by the number 4 machine.
Passed everybody on the high side out of turn number 2.
Winter wasted no time in getting to the front. But you see there's still that pack of cars trying to exit this turn and make it out. V had to catch it on exit of turn 4.
Winter out front in his number 4. That car is flying around this track. Take a look at these laps.
Yeah, and the 45 car actually just moved into the 3rd and final transfer spot.
Here's the best group of cars racing right here.
Really a calm heat race happening before us in the Dwarf cars. Heat race down on. We'll correct that before we get any further with these cars. Get some answers. White flag in the air. Now the checkered flag is flying for the number 4 of Winter.
That was a move like I've never seen before in these dwarf cars. Took them all on the high side when where others weren't.
What an appropriate name for a race in November. Heat race number 4 getting ready to go. The 00 machine of Corsaro will be on the pole for this one.
And green flag is out.
Ira Henry was the 13 machine starting on the outside of the front row.
I want to point out Ira Henry is a cheating son of a gun. Look at the motor he's got under the hood when he comes by the front straightaway.
Oh yeah, is that cheating?
Oh yeah. These are supposed to be motorcycle powered engines.
What is that out of a 70s Chevelle?
It's actually, I wonder if he drag races this thing. I hope so. All right, so the XN question is now posted. Please answer and interact with us. We'll be happy to share. And thank everyone for watching here on XN. Budget TV providing it. The number 84 on the scoreboard.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, but it says number 8 on the side. Tim Conley, he's leading away the 00 in the second spot. That is driven by Mike Corsaro. And Mike's going to spin it out in front of the field. And everybody does a great job of avoiding. Ira Henry, one of them.
03 machine pulling it in the pits and no caution with any of this.
All right, so they're having scoreboard issues. So the 54, we were confused by that. The 54 is Steve Brunn in the second spot now. Ira Henry, the 18 machine that is driven by Chris Kramer.
Kramer trying to catch up. That's a battle for the transfer spot.
And it's getting hot and heavy. Kramer running the high side. Ira Henry, who's won a race out here in a Mod Light main event.
In that car.
In this car. So interesting out here. They're building up the Mod Light division. And so Mod Lights and these dwarf cars are pretty similar lap time wise. So they invited them to come out and play. Ira Henry took the checkered flag in that. Through turns number 3 and 4, checkered flag flying. The number 8 of Tim Conley, another driver to look out for in this main event. You're going to see some of these fast guys all duking it out here all night long. Swearingen, we go green. Jimmy the Shoe Irwin in the 2X on the high side. And Chad Johnson flipping back.
Christensen holding on to it.
Chad Johnson's number 26 flipping back. Manzella battling in the number 04 for the third spot.
We saw these drivers last night have one of the most intense races. You see Swearingen right now getting some bumper tags from Jimmy the Shoe Irwin. Both those drivers known for their aggressive driving. Good, but aggressive driving.
Always fun to watch these two duking it out. See some trouble in the back a little bit.
Yeah, Alderman and Johnson getting together.
All of these hobby stocks on the screen right now shows how competitive this main event's going to be. Last night was an exciting one.
And the battle for the transfer spot. Manzella trying to get around Christensen.
Last night's main event action, it was a battle all the way to the checkered flag with Luke Dodd and Kevin Collier. Luke Dodd getting the better of Collier.
Christensen climbs the wall out of turn number 2 and keeps on going.
I'm convinced that thing is more damaged than we know, though.
Alderman spins it out in turns 3 and 4.
How is that car not torn up?
Remember, Christensen had his trouble last night in the main event. You can actually see the tire mark that rides up the wall on the exit of turn number 2. Alderman was able to keep on going, but the battle for the transfer spot isn't over. Same with the battle for the lead. Johnson is on the bumper of Manzella, looking to get around for the transfer spot.
Trying to watch both of them at the same time. time.
Alderman spins it out again in turn number 4, keeps it going again. 2 laps to go. And we're hobby stock race.
Leaders to your left, transfer to your right of the screen.
Johnson trying to close back into Manzella. White flag gonna fly for Schweringen in the 33.
Well, looks like the gap for both battles have opened up.
I thought we were gonna lose the lights over in turn number 2. Out of turn number 4, and Schweringen is going to hold on to it. Wins the race over Irwin, and Manzella holds off Johnson. Johnson going to have to go through the B main event. I believe
The 13, Jackie Wood's going to lead the field to the green. The number 14, H on the high side, Matt Hagio. We go green in the second hobby stock heat race on Saturday night. Wood not having a good go of it because the caution's out. So,
hey, try and tell that to Richard Green.
yeah, he's making a run to the inside. T73, Richard Green, the 79. Cody Fireball Chambers, Justin Dunn coming back here at Bakersfield Speedway in the number 14 machine. And to Justin's outside is the number 5. Let me get on the right paper.
So that could play as a wild card. Yeah.
Good looking number 5 car though. Never seen this one.
I know Duggan, they had to do a lot Dugan rather than to do a lot.
Well, it's Dugan. The announcers gave it away.
And the 14 last night, I never saw him on the track.
And the number 5, it is Cameron Dugan. They didn't give away the entire name, Jeffrey. Come on now.
So there was still a little bit of suspense. Mystery.
Jackie Wood on point again. We're going to get ready for this 8-lap second heat race of
All right.
the hobby stock division.
Just a reminder, that 79 machine took a really big hit on the final lap of the main event last night. Actually, when was it? I just remember a big hit for that 79 of Chambers.
We go green. He's taken a few big hits out here at Bakersfield Speedway, but last night was one of them.
Yeah.
Hagio with the lead through turns 1 and 2. Wood in the second spot. Chambers in the third spot, but smoking. See some blue smoke out of the 79.
Yeah, notice that same smoke earlier during the hot lap session. And yeah, that smoke is quite blue.
Battle for the third spot. Here comes Dugan to the high side, wanting into the A main event. He's up in the rough stuff, keeps it off the wall. And Hagio with a big time lead over 10 car lanes between first and second. And growing. Oh, and Dugan around in turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Justin Dunn now trying to get into the A main event. And the number 14 machine looking for a way around the 79. Lap number 3 up on the scoreboard.
This is a little bit of a different type of car we've seen Dunn have.
Yeah. It's a Camaro with a wide body kit, and that'll put Dunn into the A main. Chambers up the track in turn number 4, a big bobble, and now he's got a lot of work to do with just a short amount of time. It'll be lap 5 up on the scoreboard of 8.
Dunn getting up into the loose stuff as well.
And that could help Chambers. He's got to get up on that wheel. 3 laps to go.
I wonder if some of these drivers, like we see the blue smoke coming out from Chambers' car, but you got to wonder, this is the last race for a while. If they already are planning on putting maybe a new motor in that car, I imagine it's just, just run it till it blows.
Maybe they put an extra quart of oil in it. And it's now overflowing. Coming out the breathers.
Thought we were the only ones that made that mistake.
Well, it'll be the white flag for Hagio and the number 14. That car looking strong here tonight in the second heat race. Jackie Wood in the second spot, and Justin Dunn closing in on the 13. He might pick up another spot. Jackie Wood could be having issues out of turn number 2. But out of turn number 4, your leader, Matt Hagio, checkered flag. Dunn gets by Wood in a slide job, but Wood does the crossover and gets by and holds on to the second spot. Dunn moves into the A main event. All others having to come through the B main.
Heat race number 3. for the hobby stocks, and I believe we were calling the 11W last night a different name. However, to correct that, Michael Shearer was the driver last night, but tonight we can call him Gravedigger.
Look at these headlights coming through turn number 3 and 4.
To Michael's outside in that 11W is the number 21. That's Kyle Wood. And we're racing hobby stocks. Collier was the driver who just missed out on winning the race last night after a heavy battle with Luke Dodd. Dodd's not here tonight in his 98 car. He's getting some pressure from McKinley, John McKinley, the number 70 machine. We saw McKinley earlier today in a mini Dwarf. Then also on this field, the 2Z, Kevin Irwin, and
We saw one of John McKinley's family members in a mini Dwarf.
No, I thought it was him.
Oh, okay.
I'm kidding. The 16X machine was not here last night. That's Danny Quinn. Joining us in the battle for the transfer spot. And how about this between two drivers that easily could become contenders for the win tonight in the main event? Shearer slips up. Collier going to move to second. Irwin looking to get into the A-main. Irwin in that 2Z machine now has to deal with McKinley in the 70. Wood had to kind of back up his turn out of turn number 2, and that allows Collier to get to his inside for the heat race win.
Battle for the lead, battle for the third spot.
And McKinley is right on the 2Z's bumper, so even if Irwin is able to get the spot, he's not going to be in a safe zone. Halfway through this heat race, Wood holds on to it in that 21 yellow machine. The orange 18 of Collier is in second. Battle now for fourth. Fourth won't get you anything better than a good starting spot in the B main. And Michael Shearer with his headlights holding on to the transfer spot.
Christy Shearer, I believe, blew a motor last night.
That is correct. The 73 talked to her in the pit area earlier today.
Battle for the lead.
So her weekend is done early. That car was inside the trailer, going night-night.
For the season, probably.
White flags in the air. The battle for the transfer spot's not done. Wood is your leader, holding on to it over Collier. That race looks like it may be settling down, but I don't think we're going to be seeing anything done with the transfer spot. Shearer holding off Irwin and McKinley. Checkered flag for Wood. Collier and Shearer will hold off Irwin. Irwin, McKinley, and Quinn will have to go through the B main event.
That's going to be another stacked B main so far.
Well, that just goes to show you, though, the competitiveness of these hobby stocks. We're talking about how this guy could win. That's
Sport Mod. Heat race number 1. 32 Tina McGowan, winner of the Budweiser Nationals over a month ago. Starts on the pole to her outside wild Wayne Dotson. The C9 Chad Rickenback to 63. We go green. Driven by Farrell, I'm sorry. Bubba Nelson in the 4B, the 13 Ethan Dodson, winner last night in the Sport Mod feature. The 14 Eric Manning and the 28B Zach Ford. Aaron Farrell, 63. Up on the high side was in the B main transfer spot. C9 Chad Rickenback, who led most of the Sport Mod main event, had to hold off that 13 who's right behind him, much like he's doing now, for the feature win. But right now we're battling for the transfer spot.
Manning in the wall again.
He got a piece of the wall down the front straightaway and unsettled his car all the way into turn number 1. He's going to continue on.
Farrell had his own trouble. Battle for the transfer. Dodson and Rickenback.
Does this look familiar from last night? Or what? The 13 Ethan Dodson, like we mentioned, won last night. If you're tuned into Xan, Bakersfield Thanksgiving Thunder, you saw these two cars battling for the win, and now they're battling for the transfer spot. Rickenback in the C9 doing everything he can to hold off the number 13 of Ethan Dodson, Tina McGowan, getting some pressure now, so we have a battle for second. That could put McGowan into the third spot and on the bubble. But all in all, Wayne Dodson out to a big-time lead. Almost a straightaway-sized lead between first and second. So the battle right here is the best one on track. pressure cooker. Oh, and in turn number 3 and 4, the 14 of Manning spins it out, keeps it going, but he's going to be immediate lap traffic. White flag for Wayne Dotson. Dotson searching for a way around Manning. Manning slipping and sliding in front of your leader. Oh boy.
Yeah, if you're Dotson, you just want to make it.
Having to react and spin it out. He gets collected with Rickenback. McGowan will win the race. That'll put the 13 in the second spot. Ethan Dotson in third. Zach Forrester.
Wow.
And if you are Wayne Dotson and Rickenback, you are ready to fight the 63 down the front straightaway.
But I think what you were going to finish off was you're probably ready to fight the someone else.
Go beat up on that race car.
Yeah, no. So Manning, he was just going for it, and it looked like maybe that car still, after its wall contact, wasn't handling as well. And Dotson looked like maybe he had to check up.
He had to check up.
I was just going to say, if you're Dotson, all you want to do is get around this final lap, and that didn't happen.
The reaction of him having to maneuver that car around the 14, got it unsettled and lost it. Man,
wow.
Oh man. So Wayne Dotson had it in the bag, had a huge lead over the second spot.
And he had an unfortunate night last night as well. So
Yeah.
Dotson right now, that was probably going to be his redemption run.
Guaranteed not a happy camper, that's for sure. So he's going to be fun to watch in the B main. They're the reason why we nickname him Wild Wayne Dotson. Oh man, well the drama builds.
Heat race number 2. Sport Mods. Want to remind everybody watching that Low Budget TV has a Facebook page, Low Budget TV. And looking for some very exciting times to come in 2015, rounding up the year.
Can't wait.
But yeah, so we do sell DVDs here, Low Budget TV, the Facebook page, you can order them there. So if you're looking to see all the main event action of this night, go ahead and look it up there. Of course, we have a lot of people watching live on xan.tv right now. Thank you for joining us all as we get ready for the second heat race of the night for Sport Mods. And green flag in the air for Matt Mayo in the 13M machine and Brenda Kirby in the 5K. 51 machine making a move, Cruz Griffith. He holds the third spot over the 40 of Nick Spainhoward. Spainhoward outside looking in. Griffith behind him, being Kyle Griffith. He also had to go through the B main event. Probably would like to avoid that tonight.
Yes, he would.
The 4 machine is Buddy Shelton, and rounding out this field, the 117 of Tim Paddock.
Here comes Griffith to the inside. Cruz Griffith.
Spainhoward's trying to follow through on that inside line. Spainhoward, one of the drivers we talked to last night, talking about how tiring that track was. A lot of wheeling. You see battle for the lead. Mayo has a lot of pressure from Griffith, and a battle for the transfer spot. Spainhoward and Griffith trying to get around Kirby. Cruz Griffith lost a little bit of time to Mayo.
One Griffith is in, the other on the outside looking in. So it's going to be a busy pit area for the Griffith family.
Spainhoward looking to get by Kirby. Has clearance, and out of turn number 4. The 40 machine is now in the A main event. 3 laps to go. Griffith again. Now Cruz Griffith trying to get around. He's going to have to hold on to it out of turn number 2. And that's going to put him under pressure from Spainhoward for second, and possibly Kyle Griffith for the transfer spot. Next time by, white flag's going to be in the air. A lot of drivers under a blanket. Mayo has to check up out of turn number 2. They're all there to make it into the main event. Griffith drives it in deep. Cruz Griffith, that is, takes over the lead now. Spainhoward, here comes Kyle Griffith for the transfer spot over Mayo in the 13M.
4 cars under a blanket. White flag is out. Who's it going to be?
The Griffiths battling through turns 3 and 4 for the win of this heat race. Who's it going to be at the line? I have no idea.
Photo
But
the
they're
Sport Mod.
both in the A main event.
Yes, so I thought it was going to be a busy pit area for the Griffith, but now they can breathe just a little bit.
And Mayo essentially went from the lead to out of the A main in about a lap.
Oh man.
Heat race number 4, the final heat race of the Thanksgiving Thunder at Bakersfield Speedway. One more time, folks, if you're interested in DVDs, Low Budget TV DVDs, you can look them up. Facebook, check us out, Low Budget TV on Facebook. And you can order DVDs there. We also have emails in this description. And a lot of fun to come. But this is the final race. We'll be seeing Bakersfield Speedway. Final night of racing, I should say. Green flag is in the air and a rough start for Giuliani in the 15 machine. Anthony Giuliani. 16 Ricky Childress going to take over the lead after that start. Keith Brown in the 128. In second, the 97 to Gary Dutton. Those are your 3 transfers. Looks like maybe transmission issues for the 15 car. Giuliani. Also, Keith Brown had to check up out of turn 2, and that allowed both the 5 of Jeremy Hoff and the 33 of Kel Kanky to catch back up. So we once again have ourselves a race for the transfer spot. Essentially, this is a battle for second on screen. 2 of these 4 cars will make it into the A main event. The other one, Ricky Childress, way ahead of the field. Dutton now pulling away in his 97 car, so Keith Brown holding that 3rd spot in the 128 car. He's trying to hold off the 5 of Hoff and the 33 of Kanky with 3 laps in and 5 laps to go. Nothing changing up front. Although Dutton is starting to close in a bit on Childress. Childress did not race here last night. Spot, Keith Brown under a lot of pressure from Jeremy Hoff in the 5 machine. Dutton trying to close in on Childress for the lead. Kanky now looking to the inside of Hoff. Brown has to again back up his corner in the entrance of turn number 3. Next time by, the white flag's going to fly in some contact out of turn number 4. Brown just has to hold on if he wants to make it straight into the A main event. Otherwise, he has a B main event he has to deal with. White flag in the air for your leader. Ricky Childress, Gary Dutton. Here's the battle going into turn number 1. That's for the transfer spot. Out of turn number 4, it's going to be Ricky Childress, the outlaw, taking over the victory. Dutton going to make it into the A main event, and it looks like Keith Brown out of turn number 4 will also make it into the A main. Giuliani, 15 machine, after his issues, looks like he was able to get them going. And that's a roundup on heat races. Thank you for watching Low Budget TV.